Hmm. They say imitation is one of the best forms of flattery, but in concert photography, I'm not really quite sure. But we're going to go over some of this, and a lot of the imitations things that's going on, and I'll be right back. I'm Robert Maxfield, and I've been a concert photographer in Dallas, Texas since 1977. So I thought it was 45 years, but it's more like 47 years now. And I've covered tons of major bands and artists over the years. So people ask me why I do it. I have fun. People want to know why I'm doing YouTube videos on how to become a concert photographer. Well, be honest with you, nobody in my family wants to do it. Nobody has any interest. And all the things I've learned over the last 47, 50 years, whatever, nobody's going to make use of. So, what I'm hoping to do is if you want to know about it, you're interested in these videos, I'm going to try to see if I can give you some tips and tricks that might help you out. So, hang tight, and I'm going to cover a little bit about imitation and some of the issues and some of the good things about it. A lot of you know that I work with an assistant, and my assistant Julie uh, watches out for me while I'm photographing. She takes care of a lot of things that are very helpful. She takes care of dealing and working with the stage crews, management, some of the artists, getting email addresses, getting names, phone numbers. She does all of that stuff for me. And one of the things she did for me, well, made me aware of the other day was I have a group of, for lack of a better term, ducklings that follow me around and go from the same place that I do. So when I go to a place on the stage in the pit or wherever I'm at to take a photograph, people look up and they go, "There's where he went," and then they go over and do the same thing that I do. Um, Now you can either chalk that up to being imitation or flattery or whatever you want to do, or you can just say, hey, there's just enough. There's only so many positions on the stage in order to get a good photograph. So who knows? But what happens is eventually, if you're at an event like we just came from, where there's 20 photographers and there's only like 6 or 7 positions to shoot from that are fairly common, we all end up looking like we got the same picture or same photograph in a lot of cases. It's very easy to do. And that becomes a big, 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 big problem. So, if that's the case, what should you do as a concert photographer? Uh, you know somebody's going to come up, whether it's intentional or not, behind you in a certain given position and try to take a photograph. And there's a good chance that their photograph is going to look very similar to yours. So, what do you do? Okay. So, what you do is you start thinking about the layout of the stage and the artist and the way they work and their workflow. And in that case, you have to take and decide, how am I going to make my picture different and better? I'm going to change the angle. I'm going to change it up or down. I'm going to change it left or right. Am I going to change it further back? Am I going to upper body, lower body, what full body? What am I going to change? What am I going to change that's going to make that photograph different from all these other guys that are shooting the same photograph as you are? Now, it's kind of expected because one, I'm making YouTube videos on how to become a better concert photographer, so I'm telling you how to do it. Um, it's expected that you would probably want to use some of the same techniques in areas and things that I do uh, when you're shooting. That would, my assumption. I think that would be normal. Um, So in that case, there's no real issues. You're doing it because you're 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 learning, or I'm giving out the information that you seek or want to know. Another thing to understand is take the best photograph that you possibly can, regardless of what it is. Okay, take the best shot that you can. It doesn't matter if you look like mine, I look like yours, uh, who looks like what. Take the best photograph that you possibly can, and do that. Get that done. Um, that's one of the most important things that you can do. So don't worry about copying other people, but keep it in your mind that there will be times when you'll need to change angles. You'll need to change distances between you and the artist, simply to keep yourself from looking like everybody else. And whatever you do, don't get in a rut, and don't get in my rut. So just keep an eye out, and look for something completely different to do. If you found anything in this video helpful, useful, whatever, if you liked anything, press the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, confusions, anything like that, man, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll answer the comments and questions as if I can find them and I see them. I noticed lately a lot of people are sending me things to my email box. That's cool too, not a problem with that. One of the coolest things also about having a YouTube channel is my sister was at work the other day, and there were two guys talking at a table, and one of them said, "Oh yeah, I just got through watching Robert Maxfield on YouTube," and she didn't know who the guy was, and he didn't know her either, and he leaned over to her and says, "I noticed you were listening to the conversation." She goes, "Why?" And she goes, "Because Robert Maxfield's my brother." He goes, "No way." "Yeah, way. Here's a picture of him right here." Sure enough, somebody at my sister's work, without knowing, was watching the video. I've had people at concerts stop me and say that they watch my videos. Deeply appreciated, man. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear it, because otherwise, if nobody's interested, this becomes a very much of a bummer. And I'm glad to help anybody that has questions, comments, concerns, confusions, anything you want to know about how to become or how to be or do something, if I can help being a concert photographer. So as well as anything else in normal photography that I can help them with too. So like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Maybe even on Monday. See ya. Bye.